What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I've got another movie review for you. This time it is for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the newest in the Planet of the Apes reboot, the continuation series, trilogy, continuation. I don't know what to call this. I guess we'll just call it a series, since we had the trilogy back in the 2010s. And now we are continuing this. So I guess that would make this a series. Franchise, maybe is the correct word. But we are here this is the fourth movie because it does continue on the story that was set in the trilogy back in the 2010s. But here we are 7 years later. The last movie was in 2017. 2024 is here. But we've got Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, directed by Wes Ball, his first attempt at this series. My first foray into Wes Ball, he did the Maze Runner movies. I didn't watch those. Sorry. So first time I've ever seen something that he's done was right off the bat. I'd tell you, I actually really liked this movie. My experience with the Planet of the Apes movies, the 2010s ones, I haven't seen the ones from the 60s and 70s. I haven't seen the Mark Wahlberg one from 2001. It's just 2011, 2014, 2017. That's my experience. I really like those movies. I actually just rewatched them this past week. I think I have a differing opinion than most people on those. I actually like the first one the best, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I actually like them in order going descending. So Rise, then Dawn, then War. Which is funny. I just looked up the Rotten Tomatoes scores for all those, and War has the highest from critics. I don't understand why, and I could go on and on about why I don't really love that movie. I actually have quite a few issues with it. But a lot of people really like War, and they probably like it more than Dawn. I don't dislike Dawn at all. I actually really like Dawn, but I really like Rise, bordering on love Rise. So that's mine, and I think I would put Kingdom in between Rise and Dawn for me. That I really enjoyed my time with this one. The story of this one takes place years after the third one ended, back the War for the Planet of the Apes movies. So they do a little bit of a prologue with how that movie ended, and then they say many generations later. So we're hundreds of years after. But they do a good job of referring to the previous movies. But also, I think if you're not as familiar with those, I don't think it deters you from that. Like, they do a good job of explaining to you why the characters from those movies are important to this story, but it's not in a way that you're just like, I don't know what's going on. Like, they explain it enough. And really what it is that Caesar, who was the monkey in the original three, he was the way, he was the reason that these apes did and came up with the society. And that has, I don't want to totally spoil it, but that has kind of gone by the wayside into this new quote unquote Planet of the Apes. Like, the apes kind of rule the world, and the humans have kind of gone by the wayside, and the apes are the intellectual being, and the humans have not lost the ability to speak and lost the ability to function like we can do today, which I think is an awesome plot device. I think it's really cool. Honestly, every movie going forward, we should just swap out all the human characters with monkeys. I think it'd be cool. Who says no? It's just a fun way to watch a movie, in my opinion. Take out all the human people. That you can stop paying actors. Just throw monkeys on the screen. It's a lot of fun. That's a joke. Kind of. All right, we'll move past it. So anyway, this movie, it's paced incredibly. That was one of the things I really, really liked. It's a 2-hour and 25-minute movie. It does not feel that long. That is my main issue with the second and third movie from the previous trilogy. they feel way too long. This movie does not. Their pacing is awesome. That's one of my main critiques of a lot of movies, that the pacing is off. I love the pacing in this. The characters are great. The human character does very well in this, and like she fits into her role perfectly, which again, from the previous trilogy, I feel like a lot of the human characters don't. Um, there is one human character that I don't love in this. Mr. William H. Macy makes an appearance, which he's honestly the only recognizable name in this movie. I think his character is really well placed. I just don't love William H. Macy in this. I felt like he was kind of distracting. Kind of wish they would have just used a no name. Like, they don't need William H. Macy to show up anyway. But anyway, the villain in this is super cool. I thought he was very cool. His entrance was awesome. You can kind of see his entrance in the trailer if you watch it. One of my critiques, though, is that he doesn't get a ton of screen time, and then his exit from the movie is kind of lackluster and a little, like, a certain word that I don't want to say on here. Like, it's just like, it doesn't take a lot to take him down, in my opinion. And it was just like, okay, well, the ending just kind of fell flat for me, unfortunately. Like, we just had this big lead up to a lot of information being discovered, and it's really cool, and like there's kind of this big action scene, and then it just kind of falls flat. And then when they wrap it up, they kind of just hit a bunch of scenes really quick, and all the characters kind of going their own way, and they're doing their own thing, and then boom, fade to black. I was like, they tried to get a little too cute with that ending there. So didn't love the ending. I think that would be my main critique of this movie, and that's definitely bringing it down a few points for me, because obviously, like, that's what kind of is sticking with me as I'm doing this recording. But overall, I think it's a very good movie. I think my score would probably be 87. 87, I feel like, is a good score for this. It could possibly go up throughout the year. Other movies could go down below it. I think that puts it right now as like my third movie for the year out of like 12 or 13 that I've seen so far. So yeah, I think 87 out of 100. Very good movie, very worth the watch. It's second in the franchise, like by a good margin, behind Rise. Still love Rise, which I understand that James Franco's problematic, but that's the best one. So we'll just leave it there. But yeah, so Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, the music, like the technical elements are awesome. The landscapes, the set pieces, the music's awesome. They really used great action music, like just like really classic, like things that you would hear in like Indiana Jones and like Back to the Future and all those stuff. I caught on to that, so that was pretty cool to hear. But 87 out of 100, that's my score for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Go check it out in theaters, and then watch my other reviews. Go like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.